first, Kevin was just saying that you'll see more of that from Bradley once it gets even more comfortable. How do you like this game tonight in terms of just, as he said, it looked relatively easy.
Yeah, it definitely did. And that's why we're really excited about what Bradley Beal's going to look like in the Suns uniform with this group that we have. He's really on his second game back. Doesn't really have his legs under him fully, but he goes 10 for 13, 25 points. Had several great one-on-one defensive possessions, took a charge, had some really athletic rebounds. I mean, he's a dynamic player on both sides of the ball, and he was terrific tonight.
It's the bench, I think 6 points. Is that more of how good the offense starting five is, or is that more of the bench not going?
Yeah, well, when those three guys are healthy and Grayson and Eric are playing so well, the rotation gets smaller. You know what I mean? So part of that is, we didn't play a lot of our bench guys big minutes. Eric made 14 threes in the last two games. They left him a lot less. They stayed connected with him. But the starters carried a good load. I think we just got to sustain, the pace and the ball movement that we had in the first half. We didn't really sustain that in the second half. That's something that we can work on.
Is that a concern though with the benches after six?
No.
You talked about this right now mentally.
Yeah, you just staying ready. We got some guys ahead of him in the rotation. That's all. We really value what he brings to the table, and he could be one of those guys that we really want to, just add another shooter to the mix that we have out there. That we're someone keeping an eye on.
Team was tied 87, 87, 6-5. Is there anything special on the bench that was said?
No, we just knew that we had to continue to rebound the basketball. Their second chance points in the first half were hurting us both. We're giving up points, but also stalling out our pace. You know what I mean? So we knew that if we rebounded the basketball and got out and played off of some misses, then the offense would become easier.
Frank, can you just talk about the patience that Kevin and Brad have their offensive approach? Maybe how that's going to help rub off on both, just giving us the point guard, learn from those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think all three of those guys are playing the game the right way. And it's only their second or third game together with all three of them in there. So there's always going to be a choose your spots element to their attack, right? Because they're all three prolific scorers, and we just want them all to be a very aggressive attack in the paint and then read in defense. So our extra passes were terrific throughout the game. We don't want to overpass, and I like to see our guys more aggressive in catch and shoot situations at the 3-point line. Again, we're a great shooting team. We only took 27. I still think we can take more, but I like where it's going. I like the direction it's going.
Coach, the scoring was there for the bench. What exactly was positive you saw from those guys?
Yeah, well, they all have different roles. Mezzi's playing two different spots, so we're getting him some minutes with when KD is out of the game, he slides over to the 4. Because it's a really big team. You got Impalo and Franz out there. You got to have some size at the 3-4 position. Eric is a threat all over the floor to explode like he did the last 2 games, or to have gravity for the other guys, and he can put the ball down on the floor. Doak is giving us some good minutes coming in there and banging and boarding, and and Josh gave us some good minutes as well coming off injury. Get back in there, and I think there's some games coming up where Joshua Kogi is going to be more of a factor for us. With some of the the perimeter scorers that we got coming in our building, and we just want to get him in there today, and just come off the injury, just kind of get his motor going again. So we trust all those guys, and hopefully we get 4 in a row tomorrow.
The first and the fourth, 44 points between those 2 quarters. I think that's the type of basketball we want to play. We had 37 in the first, and it was a tale of 2 different types of games, 37 in the first and then 23 in the fourth. That's not, we wasn't blistering hot on offense, but we was able to get stops on the defensive side of the ball. I think once we went up 106, 102, I felt like, and it was like 4 minutes ago, I still felt like the game was in our control because we were getting stops, getting out running, getting up good shots, even though we missed a couple. So it's all about the flow of the game from the first quarter all the way into the fourth. And I think that's an indication, 24 and 20 points, that's how you're going to win basketball games.
Curious with Bradley, that looked like the Bradley that we saw in Washington. How big was he?
Yeah, I mean, every game he's played in has been a minute restriction. He's been in and out the game. He's been, his rhythm has been disruptive because he's trying to ease, him back into the game. So I think tonight, how many minutes did he play? 35 tonight. He was at 30 last game. So it's only going to get, his minutes only going to ramp up. So, once he gets comfortable, and you'll see more and more nights like that. I mean, it was simple and easy for him tonight. Got to his spots, made shots for us. When we were down one in the fourth, he made two big buckets that kind of switched momentum back to our side. And then when we were up 106, 102, he hit another big bucket. So, it was huge for him. The more and more he plays, the more and more confidence we gain as a group.
The ball movement space in the past two games has just looked so much better. Is it all just Brad being in the lineup, or is it something else?
It's a combination of a few things. I mean, obviously more space helps, e.g. Grayson knocking down shots, rollers to the rim, guys simplifying and not trying to make the home run play and limiting our turnovers. We only had 6 tonight. So it's a lot of stuff factoring in. And it happens when you go through a tough stretch and you watch a lot of film and try to figure out who you want to be as a team.
You had even said the other day that protecting the ball was going to be huge against Orlando. Was that just maybe even more of a point of emphasis tonight?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, obviously, we top 5 in the league and bottom 5, I guess, in turnovers, however you want to look at it. We're one of the worst teams in turnovers. And I think a lot of that is because we're trying to make the right play. We got good intentions trying to make the right play, but sometimes we off a little bit. So tonight we wanted to simplify the game, not try to do anything too tricky and just make the simple play. And, these guys are long and athletic and they like getting into the passing lanes and playing in transition. So I think we limited their transition opportunities by just keeping the ball in our hands and making solid plays.
With Paul being only just 21, being the type of force he is, how difficult is he to contain in a half court?
Yeah, he's a force. He can, especially when he got the 3-ball going like that. Only had 2 free throws and he's still 28 points, 12 of 23 efficient, 9 and 7. I mean, he's basically a point guard out there. Him and Franz basically the 1 and the 2. How crazy as that sounds. But he's going to be a force in the league for a long, long time. This team is going to be a force if they stay together and continue to keep growing. I love what Jamal is doing over there. Always been one of my favorite coaches.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Well, Frank and Brad as well. Frank can be in a second.
Kevin said that it was easy tonight for you, and that once you get more comfortable, it'll be more nights like that. How comfortable were you tonight?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Super comfortable. I mean, I think I had credited to God. I had a good sermon today. I think it kind of put me in the right mind frame of just kind of how to approach the year, approach a new situation, approach a little bit of change in your life. And yeah, I mean, it definitely propelled me tonight, being in good spirits and being in a better mindset. But I mean, collectively as a team, we're very talented. We're very good. We make it easy for each other. So, me being aggressive just adds to that mix a lot better.
Mindset tonight, I thought so. Enthusiasm tonight, so that part of it.
For sure. I think a lot of times we get so caught up in, proving to you guys what we can do and being on the floor and being available. And we put a lot of pressure on ourselves as athletes to, do what we do. I think I remember last time I was sitting up here, like, what we do isn't normal. I preached that a lot. And I think that kind of just set me back. I think, whenever I came back from injuries, I'm always just like, I gotta be out there. I gotta help. I gotta contribute. And it's like, man, just enjoy the game. We've been playing this game since I can remember. I was 5 years old, and when I first started playing, I didn't make $1, but it was fun. It was energetic. It was the best sport you can play. And it was just me getting back to that kid mindset, man, of, just enjoying the game, never let anybody steal their joy. And, you know, you go out there, like you said, you play with enthusiasm, win, lose, or draw, but knowing that you enjoyed, you know, utilizing your blessings as best you can.
Brad, you said at the beginning of the year, you were gonna push Book to be the player you think to be, so it's really just kind of your assessment of him playing so far and what kind of things are you and Kevin maybe imparting on him since he's just the youngest member of what you guys put together, the big three.
It's crazy because he's very mature. He's not. We don't look at him as like little bro or nothing like that. Like he's a man of his own, and he's a viable killer in this league, you know. And for us, it's just making it easy for him. It's not easy playing point guard, and I think a lot of people kind of think it is, or he may make it look easy, but it's very tough. You know, he's a scorer first, you know, so you're kind of asking him to make sure that he's looking to get guys involved and distribute the ball, and he does an excellent job of doing that, you know. And so it just speaks volumes to just his growth, you know, in the game, his unselfishness as a player, as a teammate, and his will to win, you know, because he realizes he's been here, what, 8, 9, 10 years, like, he's seen it all. You know, he's been on teams where he had to do it all. He's been on teams where he's had help. Now he has a lot of help, you know, so he can lean on that and be confident in knowing that he can rely on that on a nightly basis, as well as continue to be deep book. So I'm going to continue to push him to be the best, like you said, that he can possibly be. The block, the dunk was a little nasty, but I felt good though. I felt I jumped higher on the block than I did on the dunk, but I felt good.
For that mid-range, when it was 8, 9, 8, 7, you know, shit, that's
At the timeout?
Yeah.
No, Saban made me do it. He started doing it, and I remember doing it against the Lakers in season tournament game, and there was the Dion little side shuffle. So every time I make a good play, I think Saban's going to make me do that now.
Right, you only been on the injury 2 games, but is this like kind of a small thing of what is expected?
Yeah. I mean, we're starting to see it obviously because we're all on the floor. But you know, it's still a work in progress. We're still working out the kinks. We're still growing. We're still learning each other. They're still learning me, you know, being back out there with them. So it's looks good and feels good to be a part of that, you know, but like I said, we still got a lot of work to do. We still got to be better. Our defense is a little tragic right now. We got to be better on that end. But you know, in terms of our spacing on offense, we get whatever we want. You know, we're very dynamic on that end. That's not our problem. We gotta get a little bit. We gotta get some more stops. Make the game a little easier for us.
How important is it to get, like you said, those kinks out with that secondary lineup of some of those bench guys that you have in the second quarter, and you know the bench didn't contribute much in the scoring. What did you see with those guys?
I think it just like that just speaks to the versatility of our team and the depth of our team. You know, we have a very deep bench where we can, you know, utilize a multitude of guys, and guys have a lot of versatility on our team. And you're gonna have nights tonight where like your starters are like kind of the heavy dose of it, and so that's kind of what it was tonight. But you know, the energy that we get from our guys on the bench, and you know, their attention to detail when they come in, it's always right on point. You know, it's always necessary, and we need it. You know, some nights the starters aren't going to give you that energy. Some nights they won't score the ball. Some nights we can't get a damn stop. So your bench is imperative to make sure that they come in with that type of energy to just shift the game. You know, whatever that is, whether it's offensively or defensively, you know, they get the job done. And it's a collective, you know, effort all together. You know, it's not just one guy, one or two guys, like everybody, all five out there have to be on the same page, regardless of starters, bench, whoever, the mix of the two.
When you say like the defense is trash, you said it's trash, like what do you attribute that to? What do you think that, you know, kind of like the
Oh man, it's a tough league. So I would say that. Like it's a very tough league. It's very hard to win in this league. We all say that. You know, it's broken record player. We always say that, but you know, for the most part, it's understanding how much the league has grown, how much the game has grown, and how talented these young guys really are. You know, Orlando's a playoff team. You know, they're a very good team, and you know, they challenged us and made sure that we paid attention to the scouting report tonight. You know, so you know, it's a fine line. You know, we definitely respect our opponents. We respect everybody we play. You know, so you got to definitely tip your cap to guys because they lace them up just like we do. They work on their game just like we do. But we got to have a little bit more pride in our one-on-ones. Um, and then just as a whole, like we gotta just bear down, get some rebounds. You know, we're giving away too many offensive rebounds.
You look at this, obviously you got it going early, yeah, like the game basketball needed. How much of it was the flow you got in early that led to what happened?
Oh, that played a big. I think that played a big factor into it. I mean, definitely, um, being engaged and feeling like I had a rhythm early on. Like it just kind of just kept you in the game. You know, no matter what happens, you know, throughout the spread of the game, you know, it kind of just makes you're ready. You know, and so. And then tonight it was like I said earlier, like I was just having fun, man. Like this game is fun. It was a fun game. I've been playing Orlando 4 times a year the last 10 years, so I know every last one of those guys over there. But it's fun, man. It's fun to just compete. It's fun to just get my legs back under me. Fun to be out there with the guys, and for us to just constantly work through our kinks and work through, getting better.
Thanks, Brad.
No problem. Happy New Year, man. Y'all be safe tonight.